No, I don't think. I don't think I'm getting my point across. I thought there were 4 parts.
There's
How?
only 3.
But how? So was one of us like the?
I think it's better that Codex says, "Hey guys, welcome on into the,"
Yeah, and then you each
and
get
then
one.
yeah.
That's very good. I like that a lot.
That makes so much more sense. Thank you.
I love musical theater. What can I say?
Yeah.
It
Okay, your
shows.
stream has restarted and looks good now.
Okay, good. All right. That's fine. I'm still seeing like a bunch of drop frames on my end, but I suppose the percentage is going down. So as we get more frames, that will continue to decrease. Great. Okay.
Oh man, look at the detailed definition on the fog. Oh, the bit depth. Ugh.
Oh, can't you just feel that looped fog VFX? Okay.
Oh.
So last time our group of would-be you guys are assassins made their way into a spooky mansion belonging to the Ermaz family in an effort to stop a scary, unknown at the time ritual by Watson. Ophelia, who is one of the Verdanthi in this world, like a big leader, Watson is one of her her main subordinate, and he was engaged in this ritual to do something. Our group, the Hands of Death, was eager in finding out what that was, so they snuck into the mansion over cover of night and made their way past a number of Verdanthi guards that Watson had directed towards his service. Inside the house, inside the Ermaz mansion, they discovered bodies. That obviously some versions of sacrificing had been going on. A number of guards patrolling the place, and Watson himself. They snuck their way through most of the house, making their way to the top room, the attic, the highest point in the house. However, before getting there, the house was infiltrated by Ophelia, coming to see what her subordinate was up to. There was a hint in the air that she suspects that he is not performing the ritual purely for her sake. However, when our heroes reached the attic and were confronting Watson and, everyone else involved, they a lot of things happened. First things first is that there was a ghostly entity floating next to Watson as he was conducting this ritual with this like circle in the middle of the attic where he was speaking this incantation that Professor Florence Allegard recognized as a lacunic rite of routes with some hints of thanatology thrown in there. He was pulling something from the afterlife, something from the other side, a creature unknown. And in doing so, he had a ghost next to him at the time, which Lily detected and then tried to reach out and speak to, but it turned out that the ghost was actually the ghost of Andre Ermaz, who turned around and promptly opened his cloak and unleashed a horde of ghostly rats upon the intruders in his house. It turned out that he was helping Watson trying to complete this ritual for an unknown reason at the time. Ophelia, who had also come to this ritual, was there in the attic and didn't know that the hands were there until they revealed themselves. There was a big kerfuffle, a combat ensued, and it led to Florence Allegard in the midst of a smoke bomb going off, tackling Watson to the ground and attempting to kill him. However, not before Felicity Trusong, at the behest of a mysterious third party, who may or may not be working for Lacuna, but almost certainly is, instructed her to complete the ritual so she could have a chance of being free from Lily. Or rather, her tether could be cut and severed from Lily. She completed the ritual while Florence and Watson were in the circle, and then a hideous-looking ghostly spider appeared in the circle. 3 black eyes, long stick-like legs jutting out over a coat of fur. Calling it a spider is a stretch, but it's the closest amalgamation you can get to something in our world. The thing that appeared in the middle of the circle, then proceeded to pick Watson up by the neck and kill him in a very gruesome way, which you can go listen to the last episode if you want to hear how that went down. But that's exactly where we left off, with the group looking at Florence in the middle of the circle, looking up this horrendous thing, Felicity near the circle, having just completed the ritual, and Lily having just revealed herself, with Ophelia turning around and seeing her. Does that sound right, gang?
That sounds right.
I will trust you on this one.
Okay. There we go.
Beyond my better judgment. Also, hi, Charles.
What's up, Charles? Thanks for coming in and checking us out. We're about to get
think
started.
I got out of the circle.
You may have. You may have.
Yeah, I believe there was like a pushed Watson
Yeah.
into the circle moment.
Yes. Well, I think you got out of it and Watson remained in it. But in any
Yeah,
case,
sure.
Charles, just a heads up, you're coming in towards the end of you're coming into the 25th session of a long-running RPG campaign, so there's going to be a lot of stuff we're talking about that will probably not make any sense, but thanks for tuning in.
And Charles, you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, you will. I will stream other stuff later that you will not have to know hours and hours of content to understand.
Charles loves Baldur's Gate 3, so I feel like he can empathize with our situation to an extent.
Fair enough. All right. So, with that in mind, with this thing floating above the circle, Felicity, you're standing there by it. Lily, you're in the back. Ophelia's eyes have just turned around and sighted you. Florence, you're just outside of the circle amidst this smoke. Andre Armaz has opened his cloak and a horde of ghostly rats are running across the floor. What do we do? What happens?
I am throwing Lilith into the circle.
You're making your way, like you're running back and you're trying to shove her in.
Oh, it's not a shove. It's like a grab and throw. It's like a toss.
Are you
Okay.
that strong?
I don't think you're anywhere near that strong, but we can.
Well, I'm not like lifting her above my head.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
Why, I have something to say about that, but
Yeah, let's do this. Let's take a look at our notice skills and see where everybody's at, because I think we've just come into this,
Mhm.
So, where is everybody at in terms of notice?
One.
one,
Three.
you did that on purpose.
Okay. So, all things considered, if we were to organize this such. Okay, so there is a... How do I want to play this? Okay, so there are a bunch of like boxes in this attic room. There's a ton of boxes and stuff stacked around that the Irmazes have gathered over the years. So it's very cluttered up here. In fact, I should add a situational aspect for that. 1 second. Don't forget also we have our housing aspects up here, which are really good to keep in mind in case you want to use your fate points to tag any of those. Let's see. Get that pasted in. Oh gosh. All right. I see. Right. Okay. And there is in all the chaos and confusion, something happens. You folks don't know what, and we will deal with that at a later date. Wow, that's really got updated. Okay. Next up is Ophelia, who turns around and sees Lily making her way towards her. Now, Lily, do you remember having shot at Ophelia at all? Anything along those lines? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure about when you didn't mention it, but I'm almost positive I had shot her and hit her, but
Okay.
not really in a place that I wasn't super stoked with the results, but it's okay.
Yeah. Yep.
But yes, I did hit her.
Okay. She sees you there, and she turns around and sees the thing rising out of the circle, and she is going to rush forward.
Towards me or towards the circle? Forward where?
Towards you. She's going right for you. Now, Felicity, you and her are on the same notice. So, Ophelia, in effect of trying to pull Lily towards the circle, is actually going to oppose you. So as you run forward and try to like throw Lily towards the circle, Ophelia is trying to shove her back away from it. She runs forward and she says, "Out of the way! Get back! Get back!"
Wait. Yes, great. 10 out of 10. Question. I make the move to go do this. Like, Lilith, am I going out of order here? Like when I asked, like, how does Lilith react when I try to shove her into the circle?
Yes, I would very much like you to reach me so I can act.
Yeah, you will oppose Lilith and Ophelia here. They're gonna be helping each other here.
Who gets to me first?
That's a good question. How about we roll?
How about this?
Okay.
May I?
Mhm.
If I sound out of breath at any point tonight, you guys, I'm on a treadmill.
You're on a like one of those desk treadmills.
I am. I trapped myself. I threw away the plug to my standing desk. Anywho, I'm trapped. I have to stay here. I see what's happening. I've got great peripheral vision. I see both of them coming at me, and I'm still tethered as all hell to Felicity. So what I'd like to do is rush her towards me faster and like shove her into Ophelia.
Well, yes, I think that's wonderful, except I do suspect that maybe I get to go first.
Yeah.
But you ran towards me, right? Wasn't that your action?
Well, and trying to shove you, so it's like a move and shove, but that's fine.
Okay.
We'll oppose that, so I'll roll that all in. So,
Okay.
Felicity, go ahead and give me a. Let's say you're trying to shove, like you are trying to shove here. So go ahead and give me a physique roll here, and Lily, you can give me an empathy roll because you're.
Now, I'm sorry. If I'm not mistaken, Felicity's running towards me. So in order to shove, you'd have to run around me and then shove.
Well, she's gonna like grab and throw you. So like if she can
Okay.
get up to you and grab you and then yank you towards the circle, like that's
Okay.
you know. Okay, and then Ophelia is going to assist Lily in this. So she's gonna try well, you're trying to knock her into Ophelia, so all right. So Felicity, go ahead and roll physique, and Lily, you roll empathy. Oof.
Wait.
Whoa.
Epic.
Okay. Do we want to spend any fate points?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Well, first I'm gonna add 2 with I just want to be normal.
Okay. Makes sense.
So I'm at 3. I'm going to use Bound to a Childish God to add 2, so I'm at 5.
Okay.
In the sense that I desperately want to get out of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wary of all this supernatural stuff. In the sense that I did witness my sure end through Lilith a while ago. Like in the Hands of Death mausoleum. So that's another 2. So I'm currently at 7, I believe.
Yes.
You're using 4 fate points on this.
So that's 3 fate points spent.
3 fate points. And more specifically, I have a free invoke of the Terror of Death.
Wait. Okay, I'm not sure that applies here because you'd have to apply it to Lily somehow to make it apply, right?
I think it's fueling my every action.
I see. Okay. I can see that.
So, are we all cool saying that's a 9?
Let me see here. Yes, I'm cool with that. Lily, do you want to spend any fate points?
I mean, yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I guess so. Okay, well, I'll tag Does What It Takes, a fighter and a survivor. And I will be tagging my high concept, which is that I have power over life and death, and I'm not going to let this person who's here because of me take me down.
Okay, so you're kicking it up to 11, which is absurd. All right.
Mm-hmm. May I continue?
Oh yeah, please do if you got another fate point.
Okay, great. I would like to use my 4th fate point
Oh my god.
with a cluttered attic, which is there is simply a box in front of Lilith that will trip her up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's cluttered. You can throw her over one.
Bringing me up to 11. And let's see here. I'm going to use my last fate point.
So you've paid. Oh right, because the one is free. Got it. Okay. Yep.
Lucky to a fault. I think something very lucky for me happens that is going to bite me in the ass later.
Let's see. Okay, so that's fine. What is it though?
No, actually, wait. Can I say this?
Uh-huh.
I think I maybe just have like good positioning. And then I think the fault part. Can I say what I think should happen if I succeed?
Yeah.
That's the end of my statement.
Oh, I see. Okay. Lily, do you have any other fate points you want to spend? Because right now we're sitting at 13, or are we tied 11, Tony?
I'm seeing 11. Oh.
It should be 13 with the free invoke.
Right. Okay, so you are taking Lucky to a fault. Okay.
Yes.
Can you hit that button? I'm out of fate points to tag. I guess I can get myself more.
Great. I actually don't. I've never really known how that works.
Okay. That's all right. Give me a sec here. I will just do it again. No worries.
Maybe there's.
Nope, I can't. So there's a button on the chat that has like a fate point actions, and then there's a plus. Just hit that.
Okay, when I click it, it just goes away. I see the options for the minus and the plus, I think, and it goes away.
Okay, that's not. So you're down at the bottom of the chat. If you actually go to the chat message where it says Felicity Trusong Physique, there's a fate point actions. Are you there?
I am there. There are no fate point actions.
Oh, maybe
I see a 4DF and then a minus and a plus.
This is a GM thing. Okay, that's why. All right. Okay. All right. That's fine. There we go. I did it. Okay, cool. So we're sitting at 13 to 11. Lily.
Was there any invokes about like the rats that I had taken under my control? I don't see anything anywhere for that.
No. Nope. You didn't roll to create an advantage for it. You rolled to overcome that obstacle. So it didn't grant you a aspect.
Man, I mean, I know what my character wants, but I just feel bad now at this point. James is out, down and out.
I mean, if this succeeds, if you're all right with it, Codex, I would like to do a particular thing.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm probably going to be okay with it. I just want to see. I need to hear if you two are done spending fate points first before I reveal what I'm going to do, and then you can tell me what happens.
I'm gonna. I'll just let it be.
Okay. Sounds good. Save your fate points for later, maybe. You might need them.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you pull Felicity forward, and at that same instant, you see like something. You see like two dirty, grubby hands reach out from behind you, Lilith, and grab onto you tightly for a second as you're like pulling Felicity towards you, and then it wipes its hands over you, and then sticks them together, and you see this like gray gunk, and your hands are just sealed together in front of you. And then it pulls away back into the shadows, whatever it was. You like turn around, you're like, what? And in the confusion, Felicity gets to you. Ophelia comes up at the same time. Felicity, what happens?
Is at this point when I have truly tried my very best to throw Lilith into the circle. I'm staring at a Verdanthe. Someone had just done something to Felicity, making all of my actions possible. And I think I'm right about to throw you in when I pause and instead tackle you away from the circle into the ground.
Oh my god. I wasted fate points for this.
That's awesome. So you like turn back, Felicity. You turn back. You see this huge hulking thing, fur covering it, legs sticking it out everywhere, waving back and forth. You think, I can just shove Lily into this, I'll be free. And then you turn back towards Lilith and you just tackle her to the ground. Just boom. Okay, so you take her to the ground. You hear Ophelia yell out, "No!" And then it's cut short as she sees what you're doing. And she says, "Huh." And she breathes a sigh of relief. And then she turns around as this thing begins to move. Now, Lily, you like are pulling on the gray goop on your hands, and you quickly just you snap it. You get it free. Because my dude didn't roll to impose something on you. Okay, Florence, you're right next to the circle, and this thing is looking about to do something else. It's holding Watson's body up still, just kind of dangling his dead corpse there in front of you. What do you do?
Right. Like, do I have anything to throw at it? I throw 3 tickets to Resort Town at it.
Yeah, I mean, no. The book that Watson and Watson and Felicity used to summon it is like discarded over to the side. There's like a furious wind that's kind of blowing from the circle, knocking like boxes around. You see a fine coating of ash across the ground that you don't really fully process.
Right. Florence is always gonna assume the answers in the book, so I'm gonna go try and get the book and see if I can figure out how to make sure this thing is not in this world any longer.
Okay, give me an opposed athletics roll.
Cool. Where's athletics? There it is. No, it's pretty good for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's not bad.
Good job.
Thanks. Can't believe y'all used all of those fate points.
That was awesome. Oh, Felicity, you should gain a fate point, by the way.
Oh, why is that?
Because your trouble, I just want to be normal, definitely came into crisis there.
Great.
Okay. Just checking out my monster's abilities here.
Just check out the many deadly aspects of my monster.
Is this monster physical
Ooh.
or ghostly?
It is ghostly, and I rolled bad. But I am going to spend one of my fate points for this scene. I'm going to spend it for a reroll. I'm going to tag its aspect always hungry. So let's see here.
A reroll. We know it never works.
And yet, okay.
It's better.
Let's see. Wait. Why didn't that do? It was +2. It should be 4. I should be beating you. That didn't work. Okay, that's actually 4. So we're tied. Or no, I'm beating you. Do you want to spend any fate points, Florence?
Yeah. I'm using...
Don't forget, you can use the situational. Aspects as well.
Read all of these. No, can I zoom in? Just let me zoom in. There we go. Okay.
Not all of them apply right now. I should get rid of the
Right.
ones that don't apply.
Let's see. We've got. Can I use well-schooled in spiritual subordination here?
Yeah. Well.
There's no free ones, but can I use it as an invoke?
That's right on the edge because the test doesn't technically involve anything to do with like controlling spirits or how they work, right? But this thing is trying to do just that to you. So you know what? Yes, I'm gonna say you recognize in time to see what's happening, and you dodge its claw as it comes down.
Cool.
Or you could dodge its claw. So that'll kick you up to 5 if you spend a fate point.
Let's go.
Okay. Don't forget you got a boost with a well-organized catalog of Afterlife facts. Afterlife facts, and those are free. Okay. So it brings this like ghostly claw down. You just barely dodge out of the way of it, and you reach the book. What now?
Well, then I get cozy and I pull out my coffee and I read. No, I don't know. Do I recognize this book? Is this?
No, it is an esoteric text, the likes of which you haven't seen before. It's bound in like this strange green leather. The pages are written in this vellum you don't quite understand, or you're written in this language you don't quite understand, although you do have some hints of it. You're also well-schooled in spiritual subordination, so you at least... Actually, you would recognize it. You do recognize that the book is written in the old Yatharan language. So it's like it's from the ancient civilization that existed years before your kind has lived in this part of the world. It's obviously been reproduced. It's not actually a book from that time, but the text has been reproduced into another format.
All right. Was it open to the page where they were summoning stuff?
Yes.
Great. Can I think I need to look at it. I think that needs to be my action and try to understand what's happening.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a lore roll with a difficulty of 6.
Okay. Here we go.
Boom. Okay, so that gets you what you want, but at a consequence, because you have to actually beat the thing. Is that...
Well, I need to use my free boost here, which I don't think could more apply to this than anything.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so you come back to like your catalog of organized Afterlife of facts, and you're like, and then you get your free boost. All right, sweet. That kicks you up to 8, which means you succeed. All right, so you read through it, and you're like studying this thing. You're like glancing up at the thing floating over the circle in front of you. You're scared it's going to go for you, and then it turns and sees Andre there with his rats extended, and it reaches out these ghostly long spider-like tendrils that flow out of the circle, and it grabs onto Andre, and you all hear. It pierces the veil of the ether where ghosts can and can't make noise. This horrible scream just emit from Andre's ghost. The rats all like cry out at the exact same time. He writhes in the thing's grip, and then the thing like swings him around with its arm and points him towards all of you. And you can see it like... You see the thing's spider-like appendage flex and twist in an odd way, and you watch Andre like a puppet raise his arms up, a look of horror and terror upon his face. Felicity, you feel a slight kinship to him for some reason in this moment. All right.
Ew.
Florence, your study of the book as this thing like turns away from you and goes after Andre instead. You look over it and you're like, wait a minute, I can reverse it. You can perform a reversal ritual to close this thing out and banish it from the world, which means I'm going to let you attack with lore. However, you're still going to have to actually kill the thing. Kill, quote unquote. All right. That's the thing's action as well, taking over Andre. So we'll go back around to the top here, and it's going to be Felicity. Ophelia, looks down at you, Felicity, as you've tackled Lily to the ground. She's panting heavy. She's glancing down at Lily, and she gets down, completely ignoring you, Felicity. You're both on the same notice action. That's why she's doing it now. She gets down. She says, "Lily, are you all right? Did you get hurt anywhere?" She's babbling out these worried phrases at you, Lily. All right, Felicity, what are you doing?
I guess I punch Ophelia.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna roll athletics, roll fight.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah.
What if there was a brief moment of like deep eye contact between us and there was like a little sexual tension? We don't really understand that.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Wait, between us or Ophelia?
No, between us.
Yeah, I mean it could be.
Oh, I misunderstood. Okay, yeah, sure. All right.
It could be, but it sucks.
Yeah. We don't ever have to mention it ever again.
Oh, that's how you do this. Oh, thank you guys. I just learned something. That's awesome. Okay. All right.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you later. Okay. Ophelia blew it, and I'm not going to spend a fate point on this. So Felicity, you are succeeding by 1. So Ophelia will take 1 shift of physical stress. Are you kicking this up at all? I guess you don't have fate points anymore. Oh, you do. You have 1. Okay.
No, that's fine. 1 physical stress is fine. And I say like, get away, you sick freak.
Yeah, so you like punch her across the face. She like rolls across the floor. She picks herself up and you see the skin of her like chin cracks slightly and you can see this like pale brown wood underneath. And a little tiny like green bug crawls underneath her cheek where the skin cracked like paint. And she like gives you this glowering like terrifying look. She is pissed. All right. Lily, you're up.
I want to okay. I want to understand, like, is there a way for me to know if that's the real Ophelia or if it's like one of her fakes?
Felicity's punch has revealed that it is definitely not, because the real Ophelia would bleed, and this Ophelia clearly has tree bark for skin.
Okay. And no one is in the action of attacking me in this moment.
No, but you do have a terrifying looming ghost that just took over Andre Ramaz's ghostly form behind you.
And I've got off you.
Yeah.
Would it be such a waste of my turn to try and like telepathically connect with the beast?
You can try.
It just feels so wasteful. Okay. I'm going to... Yeah. I'm really confused by like all of these events going on. I think I like need a beat mentally. So I'm going to just shuffle back, like spider walk backwards away from Felicity and Ophelia. I'm like, what the heck? And then I want to look over. I see Florence and the monster, and I want to like tap in and see if there's any sort of information I can collect with my powers about this creature.
Okay. So you're trying to connect with it to see what you can get on it, to understand it?
I do want to understand it with the intent to kill. And I'm also seeing Florence's,
Florence has a nice
danger
She's
moment.
Yeah.
So yes, this feels wasteful. Maybe I should just do something different. Hold on.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm shuffling backwards, but then I'm like, maybe I can get this beast like farther away. Like I want to push it away and I want to like read it and try to control it.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you want to read it and try to control it. Okay.
Yeah, simultaneously. I'm just like, let me see how deep into this thing's soul or mental space can I get. Like, I want to fuck things up.
Sure. All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll empathy. I will oppose. So okay, this is a little confusing, but it has a stunt that gives it +2 to this action. So here we go.
Rude. Okay.
So we are tied.
I will bump it up with my free invoke an eye for trouble. Because that thing is trouble and I better do something about it immediately.
You're identifying the threat and neutralizing the threat. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Is that something I can...
and potentially buy Florence a little more time to figure it out.
All right, I'm gonna remove that aspect because I don't think it no longer applies because you are fully focused on the source of the trouble. But I think it works. So 2 points or a reroll.
2 points.
Okay. So we're up to 5. I'm going to tag a fate point of my own. I'm going to tag the thing's monstrous binder of souls aspect to match you. It is not the one who is controlled. It is the controller. And what you are trying to do is anathema to its very being. So tied again.
I'm going to... Oh, how does one... I'm gonna let it lie.
Okay. So that means you succeed, but with a consequence. So you don't get to take control of it. That itself would be insane. But I will give you a bit of information. This thing, you instinctively connect with this thing. You understand immediately that it is a being from the afterlife, inside of Death's realm. And it is not a common monster there. It is a creature that is... You get the intense sense that it is a parasite. It is a creature that lives inside Death's realm. It's not supposed to be there, and it basically devours the souls that are there in the afterlife. It's an afterlife parasite is the best way to put it. That's what it is. All right.
Sounds like a song.
Yeah, I guess it does. Okay. We will move on down to Andre's turn, because Felicity acted. Yes. Okay. Yep. Andre, under the control of this thing, is going to send a horde of rats streaming right for Lily and Felicity. So they come charging forward right at the both of you. They are going to go for... They're going to go for Lily first, because I think this thing now recognizes the danger that you pose. So go ahead and roll me athletics, Lily. Jeez, I can't roll. Okay, the rats come right at you, and you just... How do you avoid them?
There's a broom in the corner, and I grab it and I swipe them across, and they go like flying throughout the room.
Okay.
All practical magic style.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. You're swatting them away. Okay. Florence, it's your turn again.
Cool. It's time to use my fancy new knowledge and reverse this spell.
Okay, so make a lore roll. I'm going to oppose with this thing's athletics. We tied. Which means you would get a boost if you let it lie. Or you can try to use a fate point to kick it over the edge.
I'm gonna use a fate point. And I'm gonna use my high concept. This is what I'm good at.
Ooh, okay. Great.
Everything.
Yeah, spin that fate point. Here we go. Great. Okay, so that will put it 2 over. So that means it will take a 2-shift hit. So what does this look like when you start chanting this incantation, Florence?
Let's see. We've got fun drawings on the ground, and there's blood, and there's there's the corpse of Watson just standing there.
It's still hanging in the air, actually. The thing still got it. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe Watson like starts shaking, and like everything starts glowing a little bit.
Okay.
And yeah. Psychic force of this is a lot.
Okay, cool. It's like, it feels like it's being like pulled back towards the center. And then it rounds on you in anger and fury, and it reaches out one of its tendrils and tries to like swat at you. Give me an athletics roll.
Okay.
I'm winning.
You're winning, and I don't like that. So, well, hold on. You know, this whole like ghost thing that's attacking us, and I have this cool sword.
sword is so cool.
And I always forget about it till the attack is over.
Oh my god.
It's like it's almost like designed to kill ghosts.
I don't think I can use it in this one because that would be unfair because I haven't thought about this till after. But
there's very
Uh,
specific rules for how it works inside
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
tell me the rules again.
You can see yourself if you click the edit button for the sword underneath your extras, but it says, well, first of all, it's well balanced, so it gives you +1 to fight. It can attack ghosts with a fight roll. The weapon can be used with an athletics roll to defend against attacks from ghosts, which is what you're doing right now.
Right.
Make a spirit, and then it has Spirit Taker. So make a fight roll with Killer Heart against a ghost's will. If the ghosts fail, what?
It's not Killer Heart.
Oh, what?
Yes, it is.
Killist Heart? We had this discussion last time too.
I think it's Killerist Heart.
Killerist Heart. Yeah, okay.
Let me just change
Make-
that. There you go.
Make a fight roll with Killerist Heart against a ghost's will. If the ghost fails, it is absorbed into Killerist Heart and grants the sword an aspect relating to the ghost's nature. The aspect gains a free invoke. Now, you're sure that is not going to work on this creature. It is more than ghost. It is physical as well as ethereal. But Andre, that would work. It would work on the rats too.
I love this. Can I use this on this turn, or do you want me to wait?
So this is currently the ethereal. It's the thing's turn. So it's attacking you when you are defending. So right now, you're sitting at 2 defense to my 4. So you're looking at a 2 shift hit.
Okay. Then I will. Then I'll wait for till next time to use this. I don't want a 2 shift hit, so I'm gonna use a fate point. And I'm too old for this nonsense.
How does that apply?
I'm too experienced from all these weird ghosts and these and this is a ghost from the realm of death, so I would know so much about this. And a mere swipe of a ghostly tendril at me is nothing new.
Okay, so it'll get a boost then if you're tying it with +2.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
sounds
do that.
good. So you just barely dodge out of the way. Now you paid. How did you click the button there? Could you click the button on your own thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so players can do it. All right. Okay, cool. Anyway, so you just barely dodge out of the way of this thing, just barely, and the claw comes down and like smashes into the floorboards partially, and it cracks them, and you like stumble back and you trip over one of the floorboards. And so I'm gonna give this thing an aspect, a boost rather. I'm gonna give it the boost. It just has a boost, but the boost is related to you falling on the ground.
Okay.
Okay. So we are back around. Felicity, you're up.
I turn back over to Lilith and I say, "Come on, we can take her." And I run towards Ophelia, fist strong.
Okay. Yeah. Are you like kicking her or punching her, or what are we doing?
I think I'm just straight up boxing her.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a fight roll then.
Okay.
Hold on a sec here. I got to check her stunts.
Was my arrow from the last session, did she take on any
No.
stress from that carried over? Okay.
No. I did not record it, and I didn't hear about it in the recording, so I don't believe so. Okay. She can't use alchemy to solve this problem instead. Okay, I'm going to roll athletics. What did we get? Ooh, that's big. But so is that.
Okay. That's fine because let's see here. I would like to tag my aspect bound to a childish god. In the sense that I think Felicity is truly understanding where this relationship is going to go with Lilith and the necessity of just having a good old beatdown with Ophelia.
What
Okay.
a change of heart. My goodness.
No, I don't think it's that much of a change of heart, but we'll get to that.
All right.
I love this. Okay. So you're spending a fate point then for that?
Yes, and I just want you to know I'm clicking everything available to me near Felicity Trusong fight 1 minute ago.
It's cool. It's cool. I think I got it. Okay. So
Okay.
you come in and you just whack. Ophelia like tries to dodge out of the way. She like nimbly sidesteps your first swing, and then you twist around and just get her with a haymaker coming around the backside, and she like takes another shot to the face as she like spins pirouettes. So that's a 1 shift hit, but she already filled up her 1 shift box, so she has to fill up the 2 shift hit box. And she spins around, giving you a glower. But now it's her turn, and she's fucking pissed. So she is going to take this opportunity to try and impose a aspect on the 2 of you. She will actually, let's just impose it. Actually, what is the best action for her here? She wouldn't do that. She would do this instead. So she glares at you, Felicity, and then she says, I don't know who you are, but you're going to regret that. And then she brings her hands forward, and you feel this groaning and grinding noise of the house as these vines shoot out of nearby boxes. Maybe the ivy from the windows. You hear the glass crash as tendrils of plants come like surging into the attic, and they go to try to tie you up. So go ahead and give me an athletics roll versus her lore here.
Ugh.
She is much better at this. Okay.
Ugh.
Whoopsies.
So the vines like shoot forward towards you, Felicity, and they bind you up. So you are... I'm going to add an aspect to you here, which you will need to overcome if you wish to do something. So... bound by vines. We'll see if... Oh, it didn't add. We'll see if Tony's second character also dies in the same way that Esther did.
Oh my god.
All right. So these vines come up and they just like tie you up completely, Felicity. You're bound up, and Ophelia like pants as she's holding an arm like clutched so she can keep you there. And then she turns to you, Lily, panting, and she gives you like this pained smile. You can see like the wood chipping away from her face, and then she says, "Come on, let's go home. I'm getting you out of here." Lily, it's your turn.
I'm going to...
So I want to point something out here. You could attack Ophelia. You could try to bring her down. You could also roll to try to overcome Felicity's aspect, if you wanted to.
I was considering that. You also said that this monster was physical and ghostly. Did I hear that right? You said physical recently.
That's correct, but your information from earlier gives you the sense that it is proficient enough with manipulating that it can phase through physical objects pretty easily.
Okay. Then I am going to compel Felicity with like super strength to blast out of those vines.
Okay. All right. Give me an empathy roll, and I'm going to oppose with Ophelia's lore. That's not good.
It's a 5 lore. Oh my god.
Hey, it's 4v5.
Okay.
What are we doing here?
I'm gonna leave it.
Okay. So you like compel Felicity, you like strain against the vines. You can feel the strength that Lily's giving you, and the vines just grow tighter and tighter as Ophelia closes her hand up more and stares daggers at you, Lily. She says, "Fine, I'll just kill you again. We can try again. We can try again." All right.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Or maybe you can just show me your true self and stop bringing in all of these doppelgangers. You're a fraud, and you're a coward.
You're a child Okay. Florence, you're up.
Super cool. I'm still. I think I'm gonna drop the book at this point because I probably don't need it anymore, and I'm gonna draw Killer Heart
Okay.
and
Excuse me?
Killerest Heart. Sorry, Esther, voice from the sky.
What are you talking about?
The sword grows hot in
We
your hands.
look up and
It-
like look around, like, what was that?
It refuses to let you wield it until you say its name correctly.
Killerest Heart. Killerest Heart.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attack this spider ghost being.
Oh, you're gonna go right for the thing. Okay. All right. I will oppose with its athletics.
Yeah.
Roll fight.
Oh no, I'm rolling lore. I'm attacking with lore.
No. Well, you're. To do that, you got to use the book, right? If you're attacking with the sword, that's fight, right?
Oh shit. Sorry, I closed boundary on accident. I'm coming back. Okay. Great. Ignore that then. We'll just trash that one, and I will attack with fight.
Okay.
Oh.
Going 1-on-1 instead of closing the portal with your lore skill. Florence has decided, you know what? I'm just gonna do this with my own 2 hands.
I thought I would still be chanting and still working on this, but here we go. All right.
Yeah, you can do the same. You can do both. Yep. Well, 1v5.
Now I'm just gonna get hit. That's too many points.
Okay. So you blow it. So you like stab out at the thing. It easily like parries, and like knocks the sword away.
Man, imagine getting parried by like a spiderish thing.
Yeah, definitely not something you expected.
And it's a 2 to 5, not a 4 to 5 or a 1 to 5.
Right, because of Killerest Heart. I forgot. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. Okay. Let's see here. Just double checking something here. One moment. Just want to double check something. Okay, good. Just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything there. Okay, so yeah, it easily like parries this sword, and then it goes for you. Now during this time, Andre Ormaz has the ghostly rats. Like seeing that Felicity is dealt with, the thing is going to actually turn. It's going to continue assaulting Lily. So. Lily, you're like staring down at Ophelia, shouting at her, and then these rats just like regroup and come back. So go ahead and roll me athletics. Ooh, they got to you this time.
I'm not afraid of no rats. I'm just gonna let it lie.
Okay, so you take a 3 shift hit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So they like rush forward. You're like glaring at Ophelia. You turn and you see them too late, and they like jump onto you. They latch onto you. They like bite into you. You feel stings of pain. Cold, like intense coldness goes over you, and you're like, You have a trouble breathing for a second, and then you feel this sense of like confusion and like madness come into your brain. And you realize in that moment that Andre's mind has like fatigued over the years. It has decomposed a lot as his time as a ghost. These rats just like bite into you. Okay, Florence, this thing goes for you. So it reaches down with another tendril. You are tripped up because of the clutter and stuff in here and the broken floorboards, and it goes right for you. Roll for athletics.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, I will take
Wow.
this opportunity to get my free boost for a 5 shift hit.
Cool. Um,
Oh heck.
oh heck. Okay, well, let's see. This is so much fun. I love this game. Um, uh, okay, I'm gonna use I need to use Killerist Heart to help me defend with this. Um,
Yeah, so that was your roll with athletics,
Yeah.
right? So unless you
Yeah.
have any fate points to tag.
I do. And so with it, I'm gonna say I find Esther's creativity inspiring.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm using
Has
Killer's
never
Heart.
been truer. The question is, with 2 minuses on your dice, do you go for a reroll?
Don't do it.
Is
Don't
that
do
Esther
it.
telling me from above?
We know it's bad. We know it doesn't work.
Okay, but well,
That whatever you do, don't do it.
but then I only get a +2, and I'm like, oh gosh, it's such a good question. Okay, okay, I'm going just +2.
Ah, all right. Fair enough. Okay, so in that case, it only gets a 3 shift hit. Now, this thing has a 6 stunt that I've made called Full Body Chills. Attacks that it does deal damage to both physical and mental stress tracks at the same time. So resolve a 3 shift hit against mental and physical stress.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. It wavers, it shakes its like spidery appendages, and it continues surging towards you. We'll go back around to the top, and before we get to Felicity and see what's going on there, Lily, you're like getting bitten all in by these rats, and give me a physique roll. Oop. I think there were 2 rolls
Oopsies.
there. That's fine. Both of them win, and how many fate points do I have left? I'm gonna save those. So, Lily, you're like getting bit by these rats. You're like, you wheel around because you're like trying to keep Ophelia in your field of vision as well. And you wheel around and you see this suddenly emerging from the shadows. You see this grubby looking man with a straw hat on, the clerk at the library. I think you were there when he was there. He emerges out of the shadows and like goes for you to just grab onto you. He's trying to like grab onto your hands. But you like rebuff him. You like step back, you like throw the rats off of you, you twist your cloak, he grabs for it, and then it slips just out of his grasp. You see him like stalking towards you. You're trapped between him and Ophelia now, Felicity bound up in the vines. He gives this smile as he looks across to Ophelia. Ophelia looks shocked at seeing him here. And he comes forward and he says, "You need to go in the middle of that circle, miss. I am getting real sick of you carrying our god around." All right, go ahead, Felicity, you're up.
Going to try to create an advantage for myself.
Okay, you can do that, or you can try to overcome the vines. Like, one or the other. Yep. Okay, what are we doing?
I'm gonna kind of play dead a little bit. Like, I'd like to roll deceive to try to make it appear as though I have been subdued.
Okay, like she can let you go. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna roll her notice versus that. So go ahead and roll deceive. Or let me make sure I'm not screwing you over there. 1 sec, because I feel like notice makes sense, but you
Wow.
never know. Okay. I think I actually have this right. Nope. Ah. Oh man. So deceive is opposed by empathy, which Ophelia has a 0 in. So here we go. Go ahead and
Wow.
roll. Yeah, succeed with style.
Great.
Okay, so I'm going to give you an aspect for that. Actually, I'll just change the Bound by Vines aspect because you are no longer that. Or you're trying to create an advantage for yourself
Yes.
to like have an easier time getting out of the vines. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. Then in that case, this is obvious. Okay. Let's make that. You are convincingly dead with 2 free invokes.
Great.
There we go. Okay, sounds good. Then it is Ophelia's turn. She sees this guy step out of the shadows, sees her going for Lily, weighs her options, realizes what she can and can't do, and then grabs her other hand out, reaches it out, and twists, and then another vine comes out and goes for the man in the straw hat. So we are going to oppose myself here just real quick.
We call that anxiety.
Okay, he needs to roll this.
That moment when you're GMing and you're like, well, there's not really a way around this. I guess I'll just play on my own over here for a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so the vines reach out, grab him by the wrist, and like pull him back, string him up. I don't need to spend fate points at this moment. So the guy is also bound by vines. And he is like, looks around. Ophelia's like holding the wolf with her hands now, and she stares at you, Lily, and she says, "We can get out of here. I can explain everything if you just come with me now. Everything."
I'd really. Oh wait, is it my turn yet?
It is your turn.
Okay. I really, in my mind's eye, envisioned Killerist Heart being, swung across the room in my general direction. How does that sound?
I mean, you may imagine things to be true. Whether or not they are true depends on the actions people take in the game.
Well, where did it land?
Oh, it wasn't knocked out of Florence's hands.
I thought it was. Oh.
No, the sword was merely parried. It was not disarmed.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
So what are we doing?
Oh, man.
Ophelia looks at you. This strange man in the straw hat bound behind you in vines. Felicity, your new friend, ? Bound in vines. She stares at you, begging you to leave with her. You see Florence across the room, facing down this horrible, unknowable thing. What do you do?
I am running to Florence.
No!
Why?
Go for Ophelia! She's right there. She is.
I can't leave.
Her hands are busy.
It's not even the real her. I'm feeling
But we know that she's like not
apathetic.
a Horcrux, and there's like only so many of them.
What are we doing, gang?
I'm gonna use one of my poison arrows and I'll shoot her.
You already tried that. She can't be poisoned.
I hit her once.
But she's wood.
Yeah, but can't I crack her?
She wasn't. I mean, you could crack
She's
her,
cracking
She's
with
cracking.
bugs. Okay.
You're on fire, so you have like a firebomb.
Do you have like Roundup?
What?
Yeah. No, I was thinking a smoke bomb would be pretty sick because like bugs hate smoke.
Oh, the bug spray. I was like, all right, I get it. Good one.
Yeah, because like there's bugs inside of her.
Yeah, if
No,
only
give her-
pesticide existed.
Set her on fire.
With what?
Do you see any
Is there
termites?
fire in the room?
Make like
No.
fun potions and stuff.
I do have potions, but they're not on the board, so I don't even remember what they were.
You could just go and pull her teeth out one by one.
Okay.
Oh, carve your name like on her, like with a heart around it. That'll really hurt.
On her face.
Well, but
What if
it'd have to be
it's
like your name plus
like
someone
canon
else's name.
hallucinations? You've got some fun things in your pocket.
She's really close to me, right?
Yeah, she's like maybe a couple feet away, holding Felicity in vines with one hand and the strange man in the other.
Like her hands are occupied.
I'm just gonna, oh God, okay. I'm just gonna, okay. So the room's really cluttered, right?
Yep.
Like, could there possibly be, say like a really sharp appendage sticking out of a wall? Wait, no, I have it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull a Felicity and I'm gonna use all of my strength and push her into the monster.
Okay. So you want to like shove her into the circle. All right.
I'm gonna shove it into the circle.
Okay.
And if you were skating, you would pop shove it into the circle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me what happens, Lily. Like, describe this.
I am so overstimulated by what is going on. I am obviously full of loathing and very, very closed off to hearing anything that she has to say, especially because it's not even the real her. I just want her gone.
You just hear this heartbeat in your ears instead of anything she's saying. Just
but also I see my mentor and role model in harm's way, and like I just want nothing to do with her. So I'm going to take all of my might and I'm just going to go like shoulders towards her torso and like use all of my strength to like pivot her body. Like I even like put my foot out underneath her legs. So like when I shove her, she'll like trip over my foot.
okay.
I really use it all.
Okay. I am gonna take this opportunity. Oh man. Let's see here. Okay. I am going to take this opportunity. So as you run forward to shove her. Her hands are occupied. But she like looks down at the ground where you're running towards her, and this vine like shoots up out of the floorboards of this crumbling attic. So I'm gonna roll lore, and you're gonna roll physique, and we're gonna see where we end up. Ooh. Oh.
Wow.
What are we doing?
I'm going to go ahead and tag, because she just called me a child. I'm going to go ahead and tag. It's hard enough being a teenager.
Yep.
And this motherly figure in my life has done nothing for me. And I'm not having it now whatsoever.
Okay, so that gets you to 7.
I'm also going to tag.
Do you have another fate point?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay. I thought you only had 1. Cool. All right.
Yeah, I have 2, so I'll be going down to 1 here in a moment. I'm going to tag Florence as my guiding light because I am attempting to rid myself of this nuisance, Ophelia, while also hopefully protecting my comrade.
You'd be going down to 0, right? Because you had 2, and then you're spending 2 here.
Nope, I had 3, and I'm spending 2 points, so I'll have 1 left.
Oh. Okay, great. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong sheet again. Sorry. Okay. All right. You. Wow. All right. Yeah. All right. That gets you to 9. Do I want to spend one of my fate points here and force you to spend that last one? Does she even have any aspects that she can tag? mean, I could tag situational aspects easily.
And like, to be honest, I thought we were really close. Like, I thought she was like reaching out to me to leave. So it's like, what point of time am I even running that she would have a moment to even vine me? It doesn't add up.
I mean, it's becomes obvious that you're like rushing to shove her, right? You have like your shoulder out and everything. Like, she's not, she was expecting you to stop fighting and follow her, not charge at her.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to tag the clutter here. Yeah, I'm going to use one of my fate points, and I'm going to tag the cluttered attic here to say that as you're shoving her back, there's a box or something that she actually falls over, so she doesn't get all the way to the circle. Like, she bounces into something and your shove doesn't work. So that kicks me up to 10.
This cluttered attic is like kind of becoming like the main antagonist of the scene to everyone.
And you're at 9, Lily. So what are we doing here?
I mean, if she falls down,
she'll pick herself back up, to be clear. Like, it's in her benefit. So if you spend that last fate point, you could probably get her out of the circle, but then you'll have no fate points. So I'm pushing you to see how far you'll go here.
I'm gonna go the distance, and I'm gonna tag that I do what it takes. I'm a fighter and a survivor, and I definitely want to see what happens when Ophelia interacts with that creature.
Okay. You put yourself over to 11, just barely a success. She stumbles over the box, and you come in with a second hit, and you just slam hard into her. And she stumbles back, trips over one of the broken floorboards, and falls directly into the circle underneath the creature's view. It turns down slightly, motes of ash falling from its hair to like drift down towards Ophelia's face. She looks up, and Florence, for the first time, you notice a hint of fear cross over her face. All right. We will go now to Florence.
Okay.
Florence, Ophelia has been shoved into the circle near you. You were just touched by this thing. A terrible chill ran through your body. What do you do?
I am gonna try and keep closing the circle.
Okay, so you're gonna spout lore again and try to get this thing closed. All right, Go ahead.
Okay, that's Lily. Can I have my sheet, please? Where did it go? Oh, that might be the worst roll I've done in lore in a long time.
Oof.
Wow.
Okay, let me see here. I gotta roll. It's athletics. Hey, it might do worse. It didn't do worse.
Okay. I'm gonna use my last fate point.
No, say it isn't so.
And re-roll.
No.
Yes.
Oh my
My
God.
sacrifice
Yes.
in vain.
Let it flow
so
through
bad.
you.
Like 2 negatives? Like, come on. All right.
Exactly.
And... But what one do... Okay, I have so many other situations. Okay, so I've got, with great power comes great torment. I've got Lilith is my god. I've got... Okay, you've made some of these aspects so giant and some so tiny that I have to keep like zooming in and out to read them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That has to do with the scaling. I made this when I didn't fully understand how Foundry worked. It won't happen again. But yeah.
Can I use well schooled in spiritual subordination?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Then I'll do that, and I'll do that. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I meant to reroll.
That's wrong. Yeah, but it's okay. Go ahead and take the reroll.
Okay.
Just click your lore again. So 7.
Mm-hmm.
7 total. Yes. What the hell happened? Hold on.
Hold on.
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good. You
Okay.
you got it. You clicked it right. It rerolled and it rolled a 7, as opposed to this thing's 5, which is a 2-shift hit. Ooh. I'll take it. Okay, so you keep chanting. This thing gets like pulled back towards the circle more. It like turns around, looks. You see its form start to phase slightly, but it is still clinging to the mortal plane. Florence, you start to wonder exactly what's going to happen if this thing gets out into the world. What is it going to do to people? Probably nothing good. It looks down at Ophelia. It looks between Ophelia and Florence, and it needs to roll something here. I need to see. Just a quick out-of-pocket roll. And it turns and goes for Florence. So, Florence, go ahead and give me another athletics roll here.
Super. Super.
That's a 4-shift hit.
Cool. I guess that is a mild consequence then.
Yes, indeed. Because, so it deals it to your mental and physical stress tracks at the same time.
Okay, so I have a 4 mental stress.
Yeah, so go ahead and actually check that off, and you won't take a consequence yet. That's like it's meant to take away your stress boxes quicker, but at the trade-off of it not fully doing consequences all the time. So you hit that. You can't do anything about your physical consequence. But it's not actually going to deal 8 damage, because that'd be an absurd ability. So you shift hit that off. Okay. Chills run through your body again, and we go back around to the top. Yosef is going to try to struggle and get out of these freaking vines. So he will make a... Where are you? Physique roll. Oh, jeez. Ophelia's still holding on. Yeah, he can't get out of those. All right. Felicity, you're up.
Well, I guess I'm gonna struggle to get out of these freaking vines.
Okay.
The physique roll.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that. Give yourself +1 because Ophelia is currently distracted.
Wow. Great.
Generous.
I love that.
Okay. I mean, it's not undoable.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, wow. Imagine if you had any, I don't know, fate points.
You know, you could reroll with Convincingly Dead because you have 2 free invokes there. It's perfectly applicable to the situation, and you rolled 3 minuses. If there was ever a time...
No, but it's better to wait until my next turn and then just hope to get a better one. And then, after my comrades have taken a severe amount of damage,
No,
the turn after that, I can be back in the
I'm
fight.
gonna die.
I'm also gonna perish. I have chills ×2. I have so many chills.
Okay, alright, I'll reroll.
Cross your fingers.
The odds are so low. Okay. Man.
That's so much better.
That's so much better. So that's 1 use of Convincingly Dead, and you don't have any fate points left.
Yeah.
What did you roll? Okay, you rolled 1 negative instead of 2, so it's better. It's the exact same as you would have gotten as if you had given yourself a +2. So
Please do not pander to me.
I'm just saying.
I understand my situation and I will accept it.
Okay. All right. Then it is Ophelia's turn. She gets up. She needs to deal with this thing. Man. Okay. She is going to, with her 2 hands still held, a vine like curls out of her skin, reaches into the cloak she has on, and pulls out this vial, uncorks it, and then just hucks it right at the creature. So she's going to roll against that real quick. We're going to roll crafts, which is absurd.
Oh gosh, being a normal person, find like legendary, fighting legendary god beings is like, I don't know, it's pretty rough.
Sorry, I rolled the wrong thing there. I should have rolled shoot. It's my bad. But anyway, okay. And then this thing will roll athletics. So 1 shift hit. So this vial like flies forward and then explodes, and like shatters of glass and like this ichor go all over the creature, and it just goes. It lets out this like horrifying warble sound that echoes from somewhere deep in the beyond. Okay. Felicity, you're up. No, you already went. Yosef went. Sorry, I'm all screwed up here.
Me.
Yeah, actually it's Andre first.
Oh.
So he is going to with the creatures, by the creature's command, the rats return. So go ahead and roll me another athletics roll, Lily.
What the?
Ooh, tied. So they'll get a boost. Okay. So the rats have a boost, so they're closing in on you. All right, now it's your turn. What are we doing?
Oh man. Okay. There's just so much that happens between.
So Florence is currently just got touched. She's doing her best to like chant this thing back. Ophelia's on the ground. She threw this vial at this thing. It exploded. They're trying to drive it back. Felicity and Yosef are both bound by these vines. The Straw Hat guy is both bound by these vines. And Andre is being supported by the creature in a ghostly sense of puppetry. Banishing.
I'm gonna shoot Andre. Wait, is Andre a ghost?
He is, yeah.
I'm gonna help Felicity get out of the vines.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Wow.
Okay, go ahead and give me. How are you helping Felicity get out of the vines?
Would it be out of the realm of possibility that I would potentially know something about these vines, considering my history with Ophelia? Is there anything I could tap into?
I think
that?
Yeah, I think you definitely know some things. I mean, they're plants, right? Essentially, so fire or like acid, anything along those lines would work. You know, or you could just try to wrench them off enough so Felicity could worm her way out.
We never used our acid.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah, like this sort of like in the heat of battle, like surgically.
I'm like, wait a
applied
minute.
acid.
Well.
Then I'm gonna grab our acid that we never used before to party. Just kidding, not that kind. I'm gonna just dump it onto like just kind of towards the front of Felicity so that, you know, maybe with your arm strength and some of the juice you can get out.
All right. That sounds great. Go ahead and roll crafts against difficulty. We'll call it 1. Boom. All right. The acid from Ernie burns and bubbles and chews directly through the vines. It just gets rid of them immediately. Felicity, you easily slide out of these things. Okay, let's see here.
That didn't create like an aspect or a advantage or anything, right?
It didn't. That was a roll to overcome, so you removed an aspect in that case. So Felicity, you are free. You can act again. The Straw Hat Man's is still bound by the vines, and now we click down to Florence. You're up.
Okay, let's keep going after this circle. I'm gonna attack with lore.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ooh, that's a 3-shift hit. You're leaving it there?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. Wait, are we all at it? Not victory points.
Fate
Wow.
points.
Victory points.
Okay, so you're chanting, Florence. This thing, you can see the circle starting to glow this like bright black red. And then it's getting drawn closer and closer into the floor. It's starting to like wave its arms. And it turns to you with like this angry look in its eyes, and it goes full bore for you. It realizes now that you're the real threat, and it has to stop you from banishing it. It is almost gone, and it's gonna try to take you out first. Okay, so go ahead and give me athletics, Florence.
Okay. There we go. Wow, that's so good.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
I've never rolled that good on athletics ever.
Woo!
Wow.
I have 1 GM scene point remaining.
No, what are you gonna do?
And I'm now at the critical juncture where I have to decide if I'm going to try it here to cause a consequence as this thing's last final grasp, or if I wait for what's coming.
Go for the drama.
We're going to wait and see. We're going to wait for what I know is coming. All right. Okay. So, going back around to the top then, Yosef is going to try to get out of these vines one more time. He turns to you, Lily, as he's like struggling. He turns to you and he says, "Help me!" Just barks at you. He cannot roll to save his life. Oh, maybe. Oh, he gets out! Holy shit, with his +1 for Ophelia being distracted. So he frees himself from the vines, breaks out, and he will be able to act next turn. Okay, Felicity, you're up. Free and clear, with Yosef behind you, Ophelia in front of you in the circle, Florence and Lily trying to fight this thing off.
Oh shit. And I draw my knife and I go to stab Yosef.
All right. I like it. As you run to stab Yosef, he looks surprised and he says, "Why? Why?" Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Because damn it, I'm just a person. I'm not gonna get mixed up in all this weird supernatural bullshit.
Oh, you coward. All right, go ahead and roll fight. Oh. Oh, no. Okay. All right, it's okay. So you, like, lunge with the knife, and he just barely, like, you see, like, this cut go along his side, this, like, nasty cut that you cut into him. He stumbles back, he grabs at his side, he glares at you, and you watch Felicity as this, like, black dirt leaks out of the wound, just falls out. It's not blood at all. He turns to you, and you watch his mouth start to stretch, and his jaw unhinges slightly as it opens. He stares at you, his straw hat just barely down over his eyes, and he says, "Big mistake." All right. Let's see. Ophelia's turn. She thinks she has to deal with this thing. Oh, man. She turns to look at you, Florence. She sees it's dealing with you. Yeah, she does some quick calculations, and she's going to take this edge here. So she turns to you, Florence, and she... you hear this cracking noise as these vines shoot out from the floor. Florence, give me an athletics roll.
Oh man.
I'm doing so much work over here.
Oh man, even with my -1. Would that you had a fate point left.
Uh-huh. Super. Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so the vines like surge upward, grab onto you by the shoulders, and she pulls you back and presents you to this thing like you're on a platter. Farewell,
my
Professor. Lily, you're up. Or
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. What are we doing?
I'm going to... Oh my god. I'm going to decapitate Ophelia because I'm to her backside, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you are.
So she's very busy, and I'm gonna do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll fight. She'll oppose with athletics. You just gotta win. Oh no, not now!
Oh.
Gosh dang it. No, I can't spend it right here. Okay.
You could.
I could, but I'm saving it. All right, so go ahead, Lily. Tell me what happens.
I grab my dagger and I go in kind of sneakily. I'm light-footed. You know me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna take it to her neck, or try and actually I'm gonna like wrap my head or my arm around to the front side, because I believe you said that her chin was like kind of cracking.
Yeah.
So I do aim for like that weak point
Okay.
and just slice right through.
Okay, great. So you get around behind her, you stab the dagger in, you feel this like cracking of wood, and you have your like arm around her head, and you stab the dagger in, and you hear this cracking of wood as you like begin to turn and twist the dagger, and her head turns all the way around 180 degrees and faces back towards you. She looks at you with this like shock of surprise, and then a light smile crosses over her face. And she says, "I'm so proud of you." And then you wrench the head off of the construct. It cracks off. There's this splintering sound of wood as she's ripped free. And the two halves of her like fall to the ground with a clunk, like hit the ground of the attic. And she is no longer here, at least for now.
Good job.
That was the last stress she needed. Okay. Florence, the vines around you dissipate immediately. You are free and clear. So it is now your turn.
Great. Let's do one more attack on the circle.
Roll lore.
Here we go.
Don't blow this one.
I'll do my best.
Oh my gosh, I can't roll.
Whoa!
That is exactly what you needed to fill in its 5-shift hitbox.
Nice.
You've got to be kidding me.
We're just so effective.
All right.
How did this happen?
You chant the final syllable of this returning invocation. A furious wind rips out of the circle, and you see the thing getting pulled and dragged back. It stabs its spidery tendrils into the floor. It drags along them. It leaves these deep grooves in the attic floor. You know that the ritual is going to complete. You satisfyingly watch as the thing is dragged back to where it came from, and then a tendril lashes out with its final action. It heads straight for you. Give me one final athletics roll.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh no.
It grabs onto your leg, Florence, like grabs a hold of you and pulls you with it as you get dragged into the circle. One moment here. You get dragged towards the circle, Florence. You turn and look up one final time at your friends, and then ash explodes up in front of your vision. Lily and Felicity, you both watch as Florence Allagard, Professor of the After, gets dragged into this circle with this thing and returns to the afterlife. An explosion of ash, a settling of the attic, and she's gone.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Lilith, I know lots going on over there, but Lilith, I need you.
Andre's ghost screams out in pain as soon as the filter, as soon as the weaver like leaves him. He tilts his head back, wrenches his neck a few times, and then flies straight out of here. The rats dissipate as well. He clears out of fear and terror at what he just witnessed and felt. But Yosef is still here, staring you down.
Lilith, quickly.
Is it my turn?
No, it's Yosef's. He stares at you, Felicity, knife wound across his gut. He jaw partially unhinging on the brink of some terrible transformation, and then he sees what happens. He pauses and says, Wait. I think you need me now. I think there's an agreement we can come to.
LOL.
You're gonna have to be really specific here, bud.
He takes like a sliding step back from you, Felicity, getting ready to jump if this doesn't work. And then he says, Your friend has been dragged down, right? Dragged down into the abyss.
The abyss?
Yeah, the afterlife. If you want to go and get her back, you're gonna need my help.
What's in it for you?
He looks at you, Lily, looks at you, Felicity. I want to sever the tether between the two of you. Get you free. And then I want you, he says, pointing at Felicity, to take what she's got. And he points at Lily.
Would it be appropriate if I was wailing over somewhere else and not listening to this conversation?
Absolutely. I think that makes perfect sense.
I'm like definitely not paying attention to what is happening.
As soon as he says takes what she's got, I hold the knife a little more firmly again and say, I'm done with this supernatural bullshit. I'm getting rid of this tether or something, and that's it.
That's great. If you want to
I'm
get
not
rid of
becoming your god or whatever.
That's fine. If you want to get rid of the tether, then I can help you with that. I can help you with getting your friend back too. You just have to take on the piece of the Verdant that Lily has within her.
What's that gonna do?
He gives this like smile and he says, It'll let Lacuna have a gap to reside in again.
Okay. But what happens to me?
Nothing. You'll be fine, as long as you survive the trip to the afterworld. I can get you there. Trust me. Trust me. This is perfect, actually. Almost everything worked out. He's like, his eyes are like going around crazily, like examining the scene. He moves his eyes in such a way that you feel like he has more than two. You and me, we can get this done. I can show you the right of routes. Get a portal open. He glances around at, like, Watson's body that's slumped in the corner. Ophelia's wooden husk. There's plenty of materials. I can open the portal right here. What do you say?
Damn it! Fine. And I reach my hand out to shake.
He reaches his hand out as well. There's a soft squish and give of his skin as you grab his hand. He shakes yours. Pulls back. Perfect. He looks over at Lily. He says, Go console the godchild. I need to get some bodies. And he turns and runs down the attic stairs.
Lilith! Lilith! I think I start shaking you.
What?
Are you okay?
What is going on? This went terribly, terribly wrong.
No?
I have to go.
No, hold on. Lilith? This is actually going perfectly.
Hey, where did that lanky odd fellow go?
Something about getting some bodies. For a short time.
Oh, no.
No, Lilith, listen to me. He's going to help us get the professor, Florence.
She taught me everything I know. I don't need his help. I don't trust him. We don't even know what he is.
Well, if that's the case, maybe I'm speaking out of turn, goddess, but do you know how to perform the rite of routes right now? That's what it is, right? I've heard it around. Can you do it right now on your own?
We did it together in the past. It went fine.
With Florence guiding you.
I can do it again. I have to. What other choice do I have? We need to go get her. I need to go get her. I don't care what you do.
No. Damn it, Lilith, you're not listening to me. We're bound, you and I. Like, I get it now. We're bound. And I'm trying to help you. Do you understand that?
What is this sudden change of heart?
When I had you in my grips, Lilith, I was really going to throw you into that thing. So help me, I was going to do it. But then I understood something. Kind of blatant disregard for life. That's what all this nonsense really is. I just couldn't do it. So I need you to trust me and understand that we're in this together.
I'll untether you.
I don't think you can. And I'd appreciate it if you honestly looked at yourself and understood that. We need this. I didn't even catch his name, but we need his help right now, and we'll deal with the consequences later with the professor.
I have to go to the hands. I get up and start walking down the stairs.
Oh no.
And I grab your shoulder and I say, Lilith, it could be too late. The professor's in the abyss right now. We can't leave her in there.
What about Ophelia? It was like she had something to tell me. What if I'm missing something? Nothing makes sense anymore.
Yeah. Get it. We need to focus on what's in front of us.
I look and see that the book on the floor. And I like run to it and start like turning the pages.
You don't
violently.
Understand, you don't understand a word that it says.
It's just it has to be here somewhere.
Maybe with the hand's help you could interpret it, but Felicity's right about the timing.
Listen, we just need to stay focused. I think we can work this out together.
Florence.
Yeah.
A terrible wind rips past your hair. Your glasses almost fly off of your face. You catch them just in time. Killer Heart bound to your belt.
Sorry?
Killerist Heart bound to your belt gets blown back by the wind as well. You feel it bouncing against your leg, and you tumble through an unknown parallel space. Then you go... There's like this roaring sound, and you roll out onto this hill, this massive dune that's just pure ash. You go rolling down this dune of ash. You go head over heels. You see this huge cloud is kicked up behind you. You don't know what happened to the creature. And you land at the bottom of this duned hill, just like a thump. There's this wind that blows by your ears. It ruffles your hair. There's a smell of like ozone in the air, as if lightning has just struck, and petrichor, the smell of like rain that falls outside on the ground. You slowly pick yourself up, slightly bruised, open your eyes. Pain racks your body from where the creature wrecked your spirit, but you feel yourself with just barely enough strength to stand. You stumble to your feet and see before you a wide desert of ash, a huge landscape stretched out before you, rolling dunes, and every now and then you'll see this spire of a gothic-looking tower jutting out of some of the ash of one end of the other. There is a huge mass of storm clouds up above you, and these flashes of lightning that like rustle through the storm clouds. And every now and then you'll see this lightning bolt like strike down far away and definitely hit the ash as there's this like massive cloud of an explosion that flies up into the air. You're cold, but you don't feel uncomfortable as you stand up.
Do I feel alive?
You do. You feel alive, which according to everything you know about thanatology is bad. At the moment, in this place, a living soul would be like a beacon to some of the creatures that exist here. You need to find some sort of shelter, if any exist.
Okay. Gosh, okay. She's like doesn't want to make a sound. She starts hyperventilating a little and looking around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is there anything near me other than just ash?
Just over a few of the dunes, by some of the pieces of like broken towers and ruins jutting out of the sand, jutting out of the ash, you can see what looks to be this like odd-looking. It's like an odd-looking triangle building, like an A-frame house jutting out of the ash that's made out of this black marble-like stone with green streaks going through it. It's the exact same stone you saw in the prison cells underneath the Verdanthi church. It has a couple of tall spires on top of each end, and there's a like kind of a lightning rod type thing on top of each of those spires. It has like a front, it has walls in front of it and doors that lead inside. They seem to be made out of the same stone-like material. It's somewhat far away.
Do they look like the spires in Chandla?
Yes.
Yeah. I am going to take some of the ash and like rub it on my body to try and camouflage myself.
Give me a lore roll to create an advantage.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. I didn't say the difficulty. That's going to be difficulty, I think, 2. So that's success with style. Camouflage is a hard word to spell. I still don't think I got it right.
It is.
There we go. Put that on you there. Okay. So you cover yourself in this ash to like hopefully snuff out any sort of light force. And then what do you do next?
I think I'm going to head towards the A-frame building.
Okay. You make your way there slowly, jumping between, going between ruined pieces, looking out for anything odd. And then over the dunes, you see this procession of these like pitch black horses with with like riders on them dressed in these this odd like spiked black armor, and there's like 3 or 4 of these riders that come charging down one of the dune hills. And one of them pulls this black horn out of the side of his belt, puts it up to his helmet, like reaches underneath his helmet, and you hear this terrible like wailing noise blow out of the horn as they ride by a place nearby where you're hiding. They go charging over the dunes near where you landed and continue onward in that direction. You wait for them to pass and eventually make your way to the A-frame, and you see that it has a stone door set into it with an inscription in the Yatharan language written on it. You study it for a moment, and your scholarly knowledge lets you know immediately what it says. Sanctuary.
Okay. But not for something living. Probably. I don't think I have a choice but to open the door, or attempt to.
You open the door. It opens onto a cold stone room. The walls of the A-frame lead up to a high intersection point at the top. You walk inside, and the second that you do, there's this like this green like electricity sort of that like ripples through the doorway and washes over you, and you feel like your teeth rattle a bit, but you like shake your head. Nothing else happens, and you walk through the door, shut it behind you. You look inside here, and you can see that there's a couple of like pieces of furniture carved out of stone. There's like an old board made out of stone, like a stone slab upon which somebody with like chalk or similar dust could write things. And there's a table made of stone over to the left as well. There is also what appears to be some sort of like well-like structure in the center of the room, like a stone well. It's wide open, probably about, what would that be, 7 feet in diameter.
I'm wondering if this reminds me of the well we saw in the Rosewoods.
It really, really does.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, and I'm remembering so, where it was like if you drink it once, something happens, but if you drink it twice, you die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there? Oh, this is crazy. Okay.
What's Florence's first thing? What's your first instinct in this place?
Actually, to hide, not to go towards the well, but to like to see if there's somewhere I can hide, but also to see if there's anyone in here with me.
Okay. You don't sense that anybody's in here with you. You give like the place a look around. You don't see anything. You also notice in doing that there's no water in the well. It seems to be just this deep pit that goes down into darkness. You can hide behind one of the stone benches easily. You like crouch down.
And then, okay, so I'm gonna hide behind one of the benches and just sit for a minute. And then I'm coming to terms with Florence is like, okay, I'm in the afterlife, and I'm alive. And I think she wants to take her earrings off and see if she can call Ethan.
You pull your earrings off. You hold them tight to yourself. You focus. And there is a pale white light that emerges from the earrings themselves. It shimmers for a moment. Then you hear a crack of lightning outside, a roll of thunder that goes across. And then there's a soft knock at the sanctuary door.
Florence gets up and opens the door.
You open the door. Standing there amongst the ashen dunes, about 2 feet away from the door, you see the ghostly visage of your brother. What does he look like?
Oh, he could be my twin. He's got short cropped dark hair, and he's also wearing glasses. And he's a lot sprier because he died younger.
Mm-hmm.
And he is kind of goofy and like has like lines on his face from like smiling and laughing a lot. And that's what he looks like.
He looks at you, he gives you the lightest smile. And he points up to his face and he says, You've got some dirt kind of in this general area.
Florence starts crying.
His smile grows a bit wider as well, and he says, It's good to see you again, sis. we'll cut back towards the attic. So, Felicity and Lily, as you're like arguing over this, you hear this noise of like something heavy being dragged, and you both see Yosef coming back up the stairs, dragging 2 Verdanthi guards by their legs, pulling them up towards the center of the circle. Give me a hand, would you?
What is happening?
Need
Who
material.
are you?
Need material. Open the passageway.
Lilith, this is how we save the professor. And I go and help him.
Okay, you help him like drag this dead body over to the center of the circle. Felicity, as you're dragging the body, you can see that it's got a hole just right in the middle of its forehead, as if like a crossbow bolt had gone all the way through it. You and Yosef drag this thing over to the circle. He turns towards you, Lily, and he says, "Pleasure to meet you, miss. My name is Yosef. I'm an associate of your servant, Felicity, here."
We're trying to move past servant, thank you very much.
Yeah, I know. That's where I come in. Now,
I want to do a read on this guy.
when we
What
get...
is the vibe?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll empathy. Looks like a failure to me.
I'm just really worn out from all of this fighting and damn it.
He stares hard at you. You like look back at him. You get the sense that he definitely doesn't have your best interest at heart. You specifically. Everybody else, he could care less about. But you specifically, nah. He stares at you and he says, "Listen, I can open the portal. You two go through. You get your friend back. And then while we're there, we acquire a special little tool. I'll get rid of the tether between the two of you. And then we do a little magic, swippy swappy. I come back. Everybody's great and happy." How does that sound? He gives like a smile and reveals like several yellowish teeth.
Sounds like a no from me. And I grab my dagger and I go at his throat.
I grab the arm, I grab your wrist. Lilith, we have to focus on Florence right now.
He like steps back. Are you really going for it, Lilith, or are you listening to Felicity's plea?
I care about Florence. I do, but I also have to restore balance. It's what she would want.
Sure, fine, great, of course. But Lilith, you're not going to be able to do that without her. She needs you and you need her, okay?
Or she's dedicated her whole life to make sure that I was ready for when this moment actually came.
This moment, when this moment came, when your mentor of many years is gone, when the Verdanthi hunt us, what are you going to do?
What's in it for you, Yosef? And I want to put the blade up against his throat.
He
I'm
pulls
still
back.
trying to hold your wrist.
He pulls back a bit. You can see him thinking for a moment, and then he says, "Listen, I know I'm not the most trustworthy person right now. I understand everybody's a little hot under the collar. But I am your only hope right now of getting the professor back unharmed before some terrible monster in the afterlife tears it to pieces. And all I would need is you two," he points between the two of you, "to participate in a little ritual. You," he says, pointing at Lily, "you are what's disrupting the balance. You are like a spike in the heart of the world. It's not your fault. you didn't do it to yourself. But you're still here. You see, it used to be that life and death were perfectly separated. The Verdant and death. Liliune. Separated as they should be, with the Kuna right in the middle. That's balance. But then, a group of 6 enterprising individuals comes along and decides they're going to try to rewrite all the rules. And they made you. He points at you, Lily. Or at least Ophelia did. And in making you, they brought death and life closer together. Inside here. And he reaches out with his finger and he taps your forehead, Lily. And with him being so close, my god doesn't exactly have a lot of room to wiggle around, if you know what I mean. So, all I'm suggesting is that we pull the two apart. Simple as that. Everybody gets what they want. You get the professor back. You get balance. He shrugs his shoulders. And I get to appease my god. Seems like a win-win to me.
And I think I look at you with pleading eyes, Lilith.
There was a lot of information contained in that speech that you guys did not know.
I'm processing. I'm also reading lore really quick. What has been our experience directly with Lacuna at this point, apart from just like whispers?
Well, he's tried to kill you a few times. Launched bug-infested zombies at you.
Right.
Definitely has tried to bring you down before. Despite the fact that he was incredibly creepy, didn't seem to have too much power.
And all of these rites that are being performed, these are lacunic rites, yes?
Exactly, yes. Yep.
And like the struggle and all of that. That's like everything at the chalet, like in the very beginning. That was all Lacuna.
That was all Lacuna as well.
Oh, I just feel like if I go along with this, it's like going so hard against my aspects. Maybe. Okay.
Florence is your guiding light. Are you really going to let that light die out in an unknown ashen world?
I go to the window. I don't think there was a window in this room, but I'm gazing out, looking out over the smoking towers, ghosts. I'm lost. I'm lost without my guiding light, and suddenly I feel like a child again. I look back.
Yosef is already making preparations.
I'm so offended. If you double cross me, Yosef, actually, it goes for the both of you. And if any part of what you're saying isn't true, I'll kill you. How does that sound?
Terrifying threat, Yosef says. Now, can we go, please? All right. So, at that moment, Yosef will complete the rite. We'll do that next time as we close out today's session. Tune in next week for another Hands of Death. Well, I say next week, but yeah.
Sometime in the future.
Sometime in the future. Yeah, sorry, short one today, gang. We got other stuff to be going to, but I hope everybody enjoyed it. That was awesome. That was super exciting.
I'm stressed.
And that could have gone in any direction at any point.
Yeah, I know, right? It's so great. There were so many variables.
Which the most important of which was that really cluttered room.
Hey, sometimes aspects matter, right? Like, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming today, everybody. I'm going to find somebody to raid into real quick, and then we will call it a night. Let me see here. There we go. Okay. Do any of my players have anything they want to shout out?
I'm streaming this week doing art and stuff, and it's fun if you want to have like a really chill time that was not like this at all. You should come watch my stream.
I'll be participating in my friend's Fall Guys stream on the 26th, so that's fun.
Cool, cool.
And everyone, as always, I'd like to leave you with a bit of advice, but this time, sometimes in life, you just really need to do your best and work hard. And I know that that's not always what you want to hear, but I know you can do it.
That's right.
Aw.
True. Try your best, everybody. Always worth it. All right. Thanks a lot, gang. I'll see you next time on the...
Hands!
Up.
Death!
Yes! Perfect. We got there. All right.
Holy crap.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.